What up, what up? Welcome back. I'm your host, B. Ryder, co-host.
J Bell.
And this is
Final thoughts. Bang bang.
That was so disrespectful.
Bang bang.
Today's topic, gun violence. Let's check it out.
This morning, a community in shock in Buffalo, New York.
When I first saw him shooting, he shot a woman, he shot a deacon, he shot another woman, and then he went in the store and started shooting again.
10 people shot dead and 3 more injured after a gunman opened fire at a Tops Friendly supermarket in a predominantly black neighborhood.
This is the worst nightmare that any community can face.
One's gun secure. One suspect is in custody.
The suspect, identified as 18-year-old Peyton Gendron, has been arraigned on 1 count of first-degree murder and held without bail. Authorities say he drove there from 200 miles away and live-streamed the attack that is now being investigated as a hate crime.
This was pure evil.
14 students and 1 teacher are dead, killed after a shooting at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, just west of San Antonio. That is according to Texas Governor Greg Abbott. According to Governor Abbott, the gunman is also dead. Abbott saying that the 18-year-old abandoned his vehicle and entered Robb Elementary School with a handgun. He may also have had a rifle of some...
8th consecutive night, we start this evening's broadcast covering a shooting. Another one. In a nation still reeling from massacres in Buffalo and Texas, it has happened yet again. This time on a hospital campus in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Authorities say the suspect carried a rifle and a handgun into a medical building next to the hospital and opened fire.
It's not just Buffalo. Just hours after that horror, Americans experienced at least 2 more mass shootings in 2 other cities. So far this year, there have been 201 mass shootings, and it's only May.
Here we are again.
Here we are again.
This is like, I don't even know what number we're at in shootings, mass shootings.
Yeah, in America.
Yeah.
It's what we do. We're good at it.
Right. It's our bread and butter. But I think the latest one was hospital in Tulsa.
Yeah.
4 people shot. I don't know what the weapon the assailant had was. It might have been an AR. Yeah, something like that. AR-15 maybe.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard so far, maybe this will change, but they say that he was able to purchase the gun an hour before the shooting. Which, if that's true...
Oh, it's true.
It's damn true.
What? That is crazy. That's crazy.
My thing is like, okay, you could purchase it. It has to be some time at which you obtain the weapon, right?
Yeah. Waiting period.
But what was like the things he had to do to get the gun? Like,
right.
What rules things you have to qualify for to receive a rifle?
Yeah.
An automatic rifle. Like, I
don't know what the rules are in Oklahoma.
Tulsa. Yeah.
But apparently
it's a red state, so
probably not that stringent.
Of course.
Of course.
You think?
But he got the gun. He shot 4 people. This is where we are again. Since aftermath of school shooting in Texas and Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
Just
Buffalo really took me out. I ain't gonna lie, because that person, it was racially motivated. This person was a white supremacist. He intentionally looked up areas where black concentration,
black
and targeted black people. You seen the video when he infiltrated the store and he was shooting people, and there was a white guy that was on the ground next to like the counter, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then he went on to shoot other people of color.
I did not see that.
I was so mad, and then they had like a collage that they put up that I seen, and it was just like older women, and I'm like, man, that could have easily been like my grandmother, my mother, and that had me in my emotions.
Yeah, it was mostly old elderly women and people in their 60s, 50s, 70s. Like, and it's just
shopping
like,
at the neighborhood store, because like there's not another store for like miles on end.
Right.
So in that community, that's where they go. That's where they shop. Yeah. And he legit looked this up to find out that location, and that's where black people typically go. And he went there to kill black people.
Yeah, yes. It's just, I think the Texas one messed me up.
Uvalde.
Man, that one
the kids
sat with me for a while, just because elementary school, and then the fact that this was preventable, and finding out the details of it. Like, the police got there, and then they didn't take this guy out for an hour after the shooting started.
Yeah.
And they were just sitting outside waiting, and the parents were outside telling them to go, wondering why nothing is being done while shots are being fired. Even some of them were trying to get into, and they were kept from getting into, tased even, when they're trying to go in there to save their kids because nobody's doing anything.
What is wrong with you people?
You know, that's
pretty strange.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's the people you're tasing? I think one woman actually went in and got 2 of her kids, all right?
This woman heard about the shooting going on at her kid's school, drove 30 or 40 miles to the school, got there, then went in and saved her kids and came out.
Yeah.
All of which, in this time, the police could have gone in there to neutralize this person. This woman drove miles there to save her kid. She actually got put in handcuffs too after she saved the kid. She went to jail.
What?
Yeah, she did.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Why?
For interfering with the police.
An active policing or something?
Yeah, she got thrown in handcuffs.
That is...
Yeah. If that was me, I'm like, fine, you can put me in handcuffs.
Oh, goodness.
All day. I'm cool with that. As long as I'm getting my kid out of there, fine. I will make that sacrifice, because y'all aren't doing the goddamn thing. But, yeah, they even had some police officers who showed up to the scene, went in and got their kids out and left the shooter inside. Which that whole situation was just like, we're still learning the details about it, because the story keeps on changing. We're finding out that the police, what the police are saying is not exactly what happened, and the stories are changing. Or what time did they get into the school? Was there a security guard at the school? Did they get into a gunfight with the guy first? How long? All these things keep on changing, and it's like, y'all are covering up the fact that y'all fucked up.
You done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
Badly.
Yeah, man. I just wonder at this point, what's police protocol? When you have an active shooter or a potentially active shooter.
Right.
I just, at this point, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because this was so mishandled. And look what happened. How many was that? Like 12 to 16 kids that were shot and 2 adults?
Yeah, 19 kids died. And
19?
I think two
adults?
Teachers. Yeah. But...
And it keeps happening. And it's going to keep happening.
Yeah.
Why is that? What do you think is the common denominator amongst all of these things that's killing the people in every scenario?
I don't know.
What is the common denominator? It's not difficult.
Yeah.
Right. And it's and of course it's always the biggest debate that happens, right? The gun debate.
Yeah.
What do we do? What's supposed to happen? What's the issue here? You know? And I'm just like, it's not necessarily the guns that are the problem. It's our American gun culture that's the problem. And the reason I say that is because there are countries that have guns, like Switzerland. They have plenty of guns out there. They have gun festivals where you drink beer and shoot guns. Nobody gets shot at them though.
Yeah.
Because they aren't stupid. They have common sense gun regulations. It's funny because here, if I have a gun, if I own a gun, I legally purchase my gun. In a lot of states, I could just give it to Justin.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's my gun now.
And it's his gun now.
In the store.
Yeah. He can do whatever with it. There's no paper that needs to be signed. None of that. I could just give it to him. Here you go. You ain't got no peace? Oh, you crazy. Here you go. End of story. That's insane.
That doesn't make sense.
That should not happen. That shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
In like Switzerland, I think they also teach you how to handle the guns and what to do and what not to do. In the scenario that you just brought up, you could just hand it to me. What if I don't know anything about?
You're gonna learn today.
You know how crazy that is?
Yeah.
You could just give the person a gun and just be like, yeah, you know that's yours now.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Handle with care.
What?
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah. In Switzerland, you can't do that. In Switzerland, before you hand someone the gun,
Yeah, you're required.
Yeah, you have to inform the authorities.
Yeah.
Of who you're handing the gun off to, and all of that. It's even illegal to carry around a gun with bullets, with live ammunition. You can't have your ammo and your gun on you right there. You can't do that. You have to have them separate.
I think it's even worse in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like supremely tough to get a gun to the point where you just like, I just don't even want to have one. What's the
Might give up. Might give up.
point?
So
I gotta go through everything like this to have one, and guess what? They don't have gun violence there. Not really.
Who knew?
You know, and we should take lessons from all of these other countries because they really look at us and be like, we just don't understand.
To be honest with you, I do not understand the United States.
Who was the Prime Minister of New Zealand?
New Zealand, yeah. She did. She literally said that.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why.
Us neither. I don't get it.
Ardern, I think her last name.
Yeah. But she said it best. Like, you have all these shootings and you don't change anything. Why? Why?
Yeah, you would think that one would learn from the Sandy Hook, the Aurora Theater, Columbine.
Like the list goes on. And we keep because what we hear from, I think, the right is, oh, this is a mental health issue, right? These people are crazy. They're psychotic.
Yeah.
The issue I have with that is that we hear that all the time, but our Republican lawmakers aren't addressing the mental health. They aren't doing it. Donald Trump, even in his 4 years, made it easier for mentally ill people to get guns. Yet we're saying, oh, this is a mental health issue. Well, then how about we do something about our mental health? How about we make it harder for people who are mentally ill to get guns? But nobody is pushing for that. No Republican is trying to do anything like that. It seems like it's just a scapegoat to just kind of dismiss what's going on. It's hard for me to believe that you believe that, oh, this is a mental health issue if you're not trying to do anything about the mental health of the people.
Right.
You know? So why even bring it up?
And I think Canada, they're like, they looked at us and like, whoa, y'all wildin'.
That nigga's tripping.
You know what we gonna do? We'll buy back y'all rifles.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we're not trying to be like those guys downstairs, you know. And you know, to me I think that's a good move in the right direction, and like less guns, possibly less gun violence, and it makes you also vigilant of aware of what's going on in other parts. Like in Canada, they don't experience nearly the amount of gun violence as we do. I live in New Orleans. We've had someone shot every day for the past few months. Yeah. Every day. There wasn't a single day skipped. Yeah. Every day.
Every damn day.
And here we are doing this podcast trying to teach everybody about why this is so not a good idea to just freely give guns away and just be so laissez-faire about it. Like, we really need something a bit more strict if we're going to have guns in our culture. At least that's what I think.
That's the truth. We need common sense gun laws that maybe you shouldn't be able to just give your gun off to anyway. Maybe there should be a waiting period. Maybe there should be gun insurance. Maybe there should be a limit to how many guns, possibly. Like, there are things that we can do to help mitigate this. But every time it's kind of brought up, people are like, oh, you're taking our guns away. No.
We have our rights.
We got our rights.
Have to have them. And it's like, I don't have a problem with having guns. I don't have a problem with even young people learning about guns and shooting guns, learning about gun safety. There's countries out there that do it properly. We've already talked about Switzerland. They do it very well. There are young people who have guns. They learn, practice every day. They're perfectly fine with it, but they're not stupid about it.
Yeah.
They know that even if we say something like, the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. The problem is, you don't know who's the good guy.
Right.
Or maybe we're all good guys with guns until we become a bad guy with a gun. That's the problem. You don't know when it's gonna happen. I could have a gun and give it to Justin, and he's a good guy until something happens to him, and now he's a bad guy. But he already has a gun. That's the problem with it. And we already know that stopping people with guns is kind of difficult, if you don't have one, right? It's not an easy thing to do. Clearly, it's not a thing that many people want to do, because even the freaking police have a hard time doing it. Vis-a-vis goddamn Uvalde, Texas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't.
This is
exhausting.
How crazy Batman is made Gotham.
You see, this is how crazy Batman's made Gotham.
I blame it on him.
I'll karate chop the back of your motherfucking neck. Don't ever try me.
Well, my final thoughts about this basically is we need common sense gun laws, right? I think that we need to model ourselves more like Switzerland and have those kind of checks and balances, because they seem to be doing it correctly.
Evidence.
Yeah, they celebrate their gun culture, and there's nothing wrong with it as long as it's not detrimental to your society. Ours is. We have a very bad gun culture here, and for some reason we just want to keep it and hold on to it because rots.
Why don't you exercise your right to shut the fuck up?
This is dumb. People are dying, children are dying, and I just don't understand it. There was plenty of rhetoric around the good guys, bad guys with guns. There was an FBI report that came out that basically said that most bad guys with guns aren't stopped by good guys with guns. And when they're stopped by good guys, the good guy usually doesn't have a gun. So what are we doing? We just gonna hand out guns to everybody, to the teachers, to the principals, to, they're already underpaid. Now you want them to be enforcers as well.
Yeah.
This isn't a good idea. This is a very bad idea. And I'm just wondering what it's gonna take for us to learn that. What's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is I would really like for guns to not be a part of our culture, period. That's me. I'm a little extreme. I just don't think we need them. I don't see the purpose. The only purpose you buying a gun is to kill a person, for the most part, to shoot another human being. Think about it. If you live in an area where gun violence is prevalent, you're probably going to think about getting a gun. And it keeps that cycle going. It's going to keep it going, and it's never going to stop, because that's always going to be the mindset. That's one. Two, this one is the funniest one to me. Well, what if the United States government tried to take over this? And it's like, we will be stumped to shit.
Well, then they got us. they won.
You think that you and your little pea shooter gonna stop the United States government? This is the strongest military in the world, on the planet. We can literally, why you think we don't have wars here? We go over there and smash countries.
Yeah.
You know, not cities. We go over, literally ship motherfuckers to another country and smash their country into submission. And that's just a small portion of our population that's in the military. That's not half of America. It's just a small portion of people that's in the military, and we just have the power.
Yeah.
So for civilians to be like, well, what if the government wanted to, take over us? Dude, we wouldn't stand a fucking chance. This is no longer an argument. This was an argument maybe in the 18th century when they were still stuffing shit. Something like that. That was a valid argument then. Now we have drones. We have nuclear warfare. We have all sleeper agents and all sorts of things that you can do that can just decimate anything. And I don't even understand why you would still think in the 21st century that your own government is going to bomb the people that fucking pays for war.
Yeah.
We pay for it. This is why they engage in war, because we pay for it. It gets them money. Why would they take away the cash cow? Doesn't make any sense. But that's my final thoughts. And we should get rid of guns. That's my thing.
It's funny because I think in the UK, didn't they do like a huge gun buyback program, and everybody got like, I heard that they were talking, it might have been like Fox News or something. They're like, they did a gun buyback program to stop all of the killings, and then the gangs and stuff started killing people with knives. Right? So they started doing it, which I'm like,
what?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but that's kind of the point.
More than likely a survivor. Okay, good.
You can survive a knife fight probably, or a stabbing.
You can literally run from it.
Yes.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
You can run from it, right?
Somebody shooting a semi-automatic.
Yeah. And that was like a big thing. They were like, oh, well, they're still killing people with knives. What do you got to say about that? I'm like, well, how many mass knife stabbings have we...
Now stand back, I gotta practice my stabbing.
I'm sorry I laughed at that, but that was kind of funny. A mass stabbing happened at the Lakeside Mall today.
All of them were cut and stabbed. Nobody died, but it kind of sucked.
But it was pretty wild to watch. Another news.
Oh my God. Anyway, look, as I show y'all, thank you for listening to our ramblings. I'm your host, B. Ryder, co-host
J Bell,
and this has been
Bang Bang.
This nigga here.
Final thoughts.
I'm being a dick, I guess, today.
Because you're being very uncooperative. I said, well, you're going to have to arrest me because I'm going in there, and I'm telling you right now, I don't see none of y'all in there. Y'all are standing with snipers, and y'all are far away. If y'all don't go in there, I'm going in there. He immediately put me in cuffs.
She says after Uvalde police officers told marshals to uncuff Gomez, she ran towards the school.
As soon as they uncuffed me, I jumped that first gate fence. And once I jumped it, I went to my son's class.
Once she was assured her son was okay, Gomez ran to get her other child, encountering more officers who tried to stop her.
So I start yelling and I'm being uncooperative and I'm like, well, y'all aren't doing what are y'all doing? Y'all ain't doing Y'all need to be in here. Give me your vest. Somebody give me a vest, something. And if anything, they were being more aggressive on us parents that were willing to go in there. And like I told one of the officers, I don't need you to protect me. Get away from me. I don't need your protection. If anything, I need you to go in there with me to go protect my kids.